Projects allow you to maintain income and expenses for specific jobs or projects. Assigning a project to your transactions provides an easy way to track the cost of the project. Projects are maintained under Setup and Projects. Projects can be used for a number of different things. It could be a new construction project. It could be a specific activity like planting or harvesting. In this case, it's a sports business, and these are different tours. If you need to add a new project, you would click your New button at the bottom and give it a name. So we're going to add a name for Grand Lake Tour. Address and information is optional. The fields at the bottom are for if you're needing to comply to certified payroll reporting. These fields would allow you to make selections and be reported for those type of reports. When you have your information in your project, you want to click Save. The project can be assigned a couple of different ways. You can assign it at the employee detail level. If we go up to Setup Employees and select an employee, you'll want to go to the Earnings tab. And on the earnings that you want to assign the project to, you'd highlight it in the list in the upper left. And on the right toward the bottom are the different details. So we have profit center, location, tracking numbers, and project. So if this particular employee was supposed to be assigned this project for a long time, then you could assign it at the employee detail level. So we could assign our Grand Lake right here. You can click the lookup also. But most often you might be wanting to assign the project at the pay run because it's a short term or the projects will change. So you want to go over, we have a pay run started up here. We're going to edit this pay run. We have a couple of employees selected, and show you how you can add the project in the pay run. This would be the same if you're doing timesheets. You'll be able to add a column. Is what we're going to do is add a column for a project. So I right-clicked on the blue row, select Add Remove Columns, and find Project. There it is. And once you select it, then you can move it in the position you want. Let's move it up right after Rate. Click OK, and now we have our project. So if this particular employee is getting paid for some boating lessons here, and the project was out on Grand Lake. All right, and that will assign that detail when the pay run is posted. And we'll do that also on this employee, Lake Fishing. Here's our project. It will remember that you added this column and be here the next time you open up pay runs also. Grand Lake. All right, let's go ahead and save this pay run, and then we'll run a little report so we can show you. And we're going to cancel that, and it's going to save our pay run. Okay, now we're going to run a report. It was posted to your account activity. We're going to go up to Reports, and under Transaction Reports, go to General Ledger Account Activity, and run a report in this time period. And we're just wanting to look at expenses. We have a project here. We could filter by that project. If you don't see project on your list of filters, you'll want to go to More Items, and there are other columns that you can add for filtering. We added project, that adds it to the filter list, and now we could filter for that particular project that we did. Let's go ahead and do that and preview our report. And we're seeing the expenses that accumulated for that project. If we have multiple projects, then we can go to Group Sort and group it by projects. So we're going to go to Group Sort, click on the Available tab. Here are a list of things we can group and sort by, and we want to add project. Go to the Selected tab at Added Project. We want to group it, and now move it to the top position. And refresh. And we see our Grand Lake. If we go back to our filter, we have another one that was used. Let's try Rocky Mountain. And now we see both projects and the total of what it accumulated for each one of the projects. So it is a nice report to track the cost of a particular project for you. And it also included not only the salary expense, but the employer expenses that were proportionate to those earnings. So the payroll tax expense and the benefit expense. Once you have completed a project, if you want to inactivate it, you can do that from the project list. You would highlight it, right-click, and deactivate it, but it would be there still for future reporting.